Here are today's top stories. The Philippines discusses de-escalation and other issues with Myanmar stakeholders in its first meeting as ASEAN chair. The Supreme Court reports on proposals to further decongest the country's prison and jail facilities. The Metropolitan Manila Development Authority and the city government of Valenzuela clean up Calabing-Cohor River as part of efforts to reduce flooding in Metro Manila. The Regional Tripartite Wages and Productivity Board approves an 800 peso wage hike for domestic workers in Metro Manila. And on PNA Talks, we'll look into ways to harness the changes brought about by the incoming year of the fire horse. Happy Friday, everyone. This is the PNA Headlines. I am Benj Bondok. The Philippines has hosted its first meeting as chair of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, where political and ethnic groups from Myanmar discussed issues affecting their country. Foreign Affairs Secretary Maria Teresa Lazaro hosted the Myanmar stakeholders meeting earlier this month in Tagaytay City. Participants exchanged views on how to advance de-escalation, facilitate humanitarian aid delivery, address transnational crime, and foster political dialogue. Lazaro emphasized the need for an inclusive process to attain peace, adding that the meeting will form part of the ASEAN Chair's strategy to engage Myanmar stakeholders. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. designated Lazaro as special envoy of the ASEAN Chair on Myanmar to help facilitate a peaceful resolution to the Myanmar crisis. The Department of Foreign Affairs said the meeting highlighted the special envoy's role in fostering constructive dialogue and facilitating the dialogue process under the ASEAN 5-point consensus. Shifting gears now, the Supreme Court is studying the possibility of decongesting prison facilities by allowing courts to hear pleas for house arrest, hospital arrest, and other modes of preventive detention. At the opening conference of the Second National Decongestion Summit at the Manila Hotel on Thursday, Chief Justice Alexander Gesmundo said the proposed revision of the rules of criminal procedure now includes a provision on custodial hearings. Gesmundo stressed that overcrowding jails strain government resources, endanger persons deprived of liberty or PDLs, and undermine processes of justice, rehabilitation, and the rule of law. He called on the summit stakeholders to come up with a long-term structural policy and legislative reforms to permanently decongest prison and jail facilities. Justice Secretary Frederick Vida, meanwhile, cited the Department of Justice initiative to decongest jails, such as the issuance of Department Circular 11, which allows reduction of bail by 50% or up to 10,000 pesos. Department Circular Number 8, which directs the withdrawal of criminal cases with insufficient evidence, and Department Circular Number 15, which implements reforms such as proactive case buildup and elevation of degree of proof in filing cases. Vida also noted Department Circular Number 3, which sets guidelines for plea bargaining involving drug-related cases. The Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, or BJMP, reported that the national congestion rate decreased by 10% from 296% in May 2025 to 286% in September 2025. Over 69,000 PDLs were released through paralegal assistance, nearly 85,000 benefited from good conduct time allowance, and over 27,000 received time allowance for study, teaching, and mentoring. Over 21,000 PDLs are currently enrolled from elementary to senior high school. In other news, the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority, or MMDA, and the Valenzuela City Government have begun the cleanup of Calabing-Cohor River. MMDA General Manager Nicolas Torre III and Valenzuela Mayor Wesley Gatchalian led the cleanup of silt and garbage on Thursday in Barangay Malanday with support from the MMDA Flood Control and Sewerage Management Office. The cleanup is part of MMDA's Bayanihan sa Estero program launched by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. to decongest major waterways and reduce flooding in the National Capital Region. In an interview, Torres says the MMDA remains committed to rehabilitating major waterways in Metro Manila, especially before the rainy season. He says under instructions from MMDA Chair Don Artes, the agency intends to rehabilitate 25 major esteros or more by 2026. On the other hand, Gatchalian highlighted the importance of the Bayanihan program in reducing flooding in Valenzuela City, especially in areas bordering Maykawayan, Bulacan. He says they are working to deepen and widen it to ensure that it does not exceed its capacity during heavy rainfall. Domestic workers or kasambahay in Metro Manila may soon receive an 800 peso increase in their salaries after the Regional Tripartite Wages and Productivity Board, National Capital Region, approved a wage order raising their monthly pay starting this February. The National Wages and Productivity Commission says the measure increases the monthly pay of kasambahay in the region from 7,000 to 7,800 pesos per month. The adjustment covers salaries of general house help, including yaya, cook, gardener, laundry person, and any person who regularly performs domestic work in one household. Service providers, family drivers, and any other person who performs occasional or sporadic work are not covered by the wage hike. The increase was approved following a survey of Kasambahayan Metro Manila, a focus group discussion with domestic workers, and a public hearing held in Pasay City last January 12. In business, taxpayers can now learn how and when to pay their taxes through a digital calendar created by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. In a Bagong Pilipinas Ngayon interview, Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR spokesperson Brianna K. Del Santos says the interactive digital tax calendar has been available on the BIR website since January 1 this year. She says the calendar provides the public with a centralized source of information on tax payment deadlines and related requirements. It has a link that electronic filing and payment system users can use to pay their taxes. The calendar is also made user-friendly to encourage compliance with tax obligations. The BIR official says there is a plan to add the calendar as a function in the eGov.ph mobile app. Meanwhile, European Union Ambassador to the Philippines, Massimo Santoro, hails the government's efforts to address corruption, saying this has boosted investor confidence in the domestic economy. At the launch of the Doing Business in the Philippines 2026 in Makati City on Thursday, Santoro said ongoing policy reforms, including liberalization, are assuring businesses that the country's investment climate remains positive. Santoro expressed hope that this momentum would translate into increased investment flows next year, leading to job creation, technology transfer, and the development of sustainable, high-value industries. Meantime, talks on the Philippines-EU Free Trade Agreement are expected to resume by March. Santoro cited the need for negotiations not only for tariff reduction, but also for establishing a rules-based framework for trade and investment.
"2026 is the year of the fire horse, which symbolizes passion, determination, and high energy. For Filipinos who celebrate Chinese New Year, the year of the fire horse is a time to chase progress and success. This calls for a deeper look into oneself, as well as preparing one's surroundings to welcome changes into their lives. We asked Ara Manalili, an interior stylist and feng shui consultant, on how to make changes in our homes that usher in positive expectations for the year of the fire horse.
There's a lot of misconceptions regarding feng shui because they said it's against the law of the religion, you're against with everything. But it's not. It's all about science. Feng shui is a scientific art of arrangement. So when you use your environmental energy, like your home, your place, your office, you activate good energy like promoting your relationship, love life, and then your wealth and your health. So this is all about arrangement. So according to that, we need to be more aware how we're gonna place our home to be harmonious. So we have our own personal space, and we have our own personal good directions. And every individual, because we are using now an advanced compass feng shui, we are doing analytical and computing and numbers, how to locate your good directions in your home, and then how to top, right, and to enhance and to attract, and then how to protect and place a remedy to those who are, the directions that are not you are afflicting. Feng Shui, Feng is wind. Wind is the energy that we don't see. It's the flow of the airflow. Di ba po? Kung hindi po maganda ang hangin, di ba? Minsan we feel irritated then, di ba? So when it smells good, it feels good, di ba? Malinis, maganda. We also attract that. It has a big impact. Our principle in our life to have a space na mas kakalma tayo, kailangan we are more aware, kilala natin yung bahay natin or our office. Kasi this is our energy of wealth also and success. So when we feel lucky or feel blessed, kailangan di ba, nararamdaman po din ng bahay na this place, you feel good, no? It's our power bank ho, no? We charge our energy towards our home. Kaya yung flow of energy po, nagiging kalmado siya kasi when you're receiving some blessings or promotions. And especially number 1, health is wealth. Tama? Decluttering is number 1. It will give a lot of things for us to move on. Kasi po kung marami pa po tayong bagay na ayaw na nating i-let go, nandyan pa rin yun. Kung gusto natin magkaroon ng love life o magkaroon ng mga bagay, tapon na natin yung hindi na natin kailangan para magkaroon ng another entry of partner. Kapag naman sa wealth po, ang dami po nating mga bagay na kinokollect. So we have to learn to organize and then let go, i-donate, para po magkaroon lang po ng flow of movement and return. Minsan yung mga lolo-lola, minamana pa natin yung mga kama-kama na yun. So kailangan i-let go na natin yan. Para po yung illness, di ba? Mag-move on na rin. And then yung mga iba pong sobrang old na po, na talagang hindi na talaga umaandar, pwede pong i-donate, itapon na, i-repaint, di ba po? Yung mga areas na di na po, minsan kailangan ng air repaint, kailangan na po talaga ng makeover. So that there would be a makeover in our life also. For Feng Shui perspective po, the usual po kasi is the rising sun, right? Facing the east. Para po yung liwanag, paangat siya. So the mouth or the dragon's mouth is the cosmic breath. That is our main door. Ayan po yung nag-a-attract ng luck. So kailangan po, our space has more space. Hindi po tayo dapat crowded, congested. Because when the luck is entering, kapag marami pong storages, blockages, bumabagal din po yung buhay natin. Bumabagal din po yung opportunity to come in. So yung mga arrangement mo, for example, the lighting, kailangan po pag hindi na po talaga umaandar yung mga ilaw, we have to change it right? Kasi the light has more power because this is also a fire energy, and the fire energy is giving us more directions to see our own energy towards we are going. Kapag madilim yan, meaning we are depressed, stressed, minsan we are escaping our energy. And then the way we clean our space, kailangan po magkaroon ng movement, no? Decluttering, general cleaning, simple things as this, it can harmonize the space. Kasi the space, the more na nahandyan lang yan, naka-memory lang siya dyan. Di ba, sama ng loob, di ba, marami tayong emotions. Pag hindi mo yan ginagalaw, hindi mo yan nililinis, nandun ka lang naka-memory. That's why sometimes we have to get out, di ba, to escape. And then we have to go back the same energy again. We are now under the cycle for 20 years of horse fire, meaning horse and the fire cycle, spiritual and love and advanced technology ng mga machines and AI. So yung mga kulay na yan sa bahay natin, kailangan po talaga more on loving our energy, loving the space, and then dahil sa sobrang bilis na po ng panahon, gagamit na tayo ng maraming technology, right? Mga gadgets, digital. So the colors will help in the bedroom. The earth tone, brown, beige, or white. Pwede ho yan makatulong. Huwag ho so much blue kasi it will kill the romance. Kasi blue and black are water element. So, yung love and romance ng mag-asawa, it can destroy. It also destroy your energy. The house, kailangan po wag sobrang daming fire or red, dami pong mga ganun eh. Hindi na po nagiging balance. Kailangan po, in-neutral lang po nila yung space. Like, earth tones. Like, may touch po ng earth tones, yellow, brown, beige. And then, sa fire ho, pwede tayo mag-incorporate ng orange, pink, yung mga pastel color ng green. The water energy is we can put the fountain on the northern part, eastern part, and then the southeastern area, because the southeast is the house of the dragon and snake, the wealth area, and then the east is the health area, which has infinity luck and victory energy. And then the north has the heavens luck. So, kung meron pong mga areas na available po dyan po tayo maglagay ng water feature. And then, incorporate po the blue color, throw pillow, anything that has a water color element. So, pwede po. For this 2026, we replace the water element at the eastern part. That is the health energy. It has an infinity luck also. And then, we will activate that by water. Wood needs water. Wood is a plant. So, kailangan niya pong madiligan. Kailangan niya ng tubig doon. And then, the southeast is the house of the wealth area and power. That is dragon and snake. So, we will put also a water element here to incorporate a multiplier luck, completion luck. Meaning, kung gusto mo pong may mabuo kang bagay at magtapos siya ng smoothly with the wealth energy, place the water fountain here. And then, the northern part of the home, lalo na sa sala, ay lagyan po natin din ng water. Kung kakayanin na may water fountain or aquarium, mas maganda po. Kung wala ho, pwede po tayo maglagay ng blue lights, lamp, or pillowcase, or anything that has a color blue. North is the house of water, currency of money, and then career po yan. So, yung pong gustong mag-attract ulit ng promotional luck, pwede po. You can check your stove area. Kung iisa lang ho yung burner ninyo, make sure muna po the place is not against the wall ng CR, ang mga kitchen walls. Hindi po yan nakadikit, hindi rin po nandyan yung area ng stove. Ialis nyo po siya doon sa wall na yon. And then, as long as kaya mo magdoble yung burner, it will double your treasure and your salary income. Kung talagang tight ang budget, maglagay lang ho ng salamin facing the stove burner para po magdoble yung energy ng wealth, ng salary. And then sa dining area, kailangan ho maglagay po tayo ng mga fruits, brown fruits. And then the sala is the picture of the family together. And then sa bedroom po, kayo lang hong mag-partner. Hindi po kasama yung mga anak, friends. Kailangan po, yun lang pong dalawang mag-partner. Para for partnership po yun. There's a globe in the southern MOA, right? So, talagang ang mga Chinese, they have their own energy elements, no? The elements of the fire in the south, we can put a globe or peacock, you know. Ang horse po, next year pa po yun, 2027. Incorporate po natin yung globe and peacock doon sa area para to be more recognized, fame and recognition for international. And then, in the center of your home or your office, put a victory energy. There's an enhancer for that. They call it victory banner. Put it there to win always. Feng Shui is a guide for everyone. It's only the elements of nature: fire, wood, water, earth, and metal. These are symbols of our life. And right now, the fire element is the higher energy. That is love energy. Kailangan lang ho natin, we love what we do, appreciate the people who love us, and we love ourselves more so that we can give more, help to others, and then start loving our space. And then transitional year is to win towards God and to win also towards other people because sila naman din na nakakatulong sa atin para iangat tayo. God bless everyone.
And those are the latest and the biggest stories on the PNA headlines. For more news updates, visit our website, pna.gov.ph, or our Facebook and X account, Philippine News Agency. You may also watch the PNA headlines through the Philippine News Agency's YouTube account and via the News and Information Bureau website under PNA News. Stay with us for more news updates. Sitting in for William Theo, I am Bench Bondok. This is the PNA Headlines, bringing stories that unite the nation.